Welcome to the Sisters in Service podcast, the space where stories from active duty veterans, military spouses, and even military brats finally get the spotlight they deserve. I'm your host, Kat Corchado, Air Force veteran, movement specialist, and the heart behind this podcast. I started Sisters in Service because too many stories from our community were going untold. Stories of resilience, transition, identity, and the strength it takes to serve and to thrive beyond the uniform. This podcast is about connection, empowerment, and reminding each of us that our service didn't end when our military chapter closed. It simply evolved. Sisters in Service is proudly sponsored by Fit for Life Alliance, a space where people are committed to feeling better in their bodies every single day, and by My Sexy Business, where you can own a business that doesn't own you. So grab your coffee, your journal, or your walking shoes, because every episode is an invitation to listen, learn, and lean into the powerful stories that remind us service is a sisterhood that never fades. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Why Not Wellness. I am your host, Kat Corchado, your movement specialist. You know what I hear a lot when we talk about working out is people who say, I want to work out and it would make you feel better, but I'm just not motivated. I hear you. And even though I've been in the fitness industry for a long time, I'm not always motivated to work out. So if you've ever said, I just don't feel motivated to work out, this episode is for you. Before we go any further, let me be very, very clear, and I want you to hear this. You are not lazy, broken, or failing. Let me just put that out there. Today, we're talking about where motivation actually comes from, why it disappears, and how to move your body without waiting for some magical burst of inspiration. This is real talk, doable movement, and permission to start exactly where you are. So, what is motivation exactly? Motivation is an emotion, and emotions are not reliable. Motivation changes based on your sleep, your stress, your hormones, your workload, and sometimes just the kind of day you're having. So if motivation is the only parameter you're using to decide whether you work out, your movement routine is basically at the mercy of your day. And we all know some days are unpredictable. So let's talk a little bit about why motivation is fleeting. Motivation loves new, but not consistency. Motivation shows up strong when something is new. New program, new shoes, new dress, new goal, new week energy. But once the novelty wears off or life gets loud, motivation fades. Not because you failed, but because motivation was never meant to carry consistency. I want you to hear that motivation is a spark. It's not a power source. So think of a lamp. If you don't have the energy or the electric, you can plug that lamp in and out all day long, and nothing is going to motivate it to light up. So here's the part no one talks about. The days you need movement the most, when you're tired, stressed, overwhelmed, or emotionally heavy, are the exact days motivation is the quietest. You ever notice that? So if you wait to feel motivated, you end up moving only when life is easy. Or, oh, it's Saturday. Maybe I'll go for a walk. Oh, I have a day off. Maybe I'll go work out at the gym. But it stops when life gets hard. And that creates the on again, off again cycle that makes people think they're bad at working out, and you're not. You're just using the wrong fuel. So what works instead of motivation? Identity. if you are someone who moves their body regularly, even in small ways. It's something you could say to yourself, I'm just going to do a little bit today. Maybe I'll stretch. Maybe I'll do 11 minutes somewhere. Your environment, you need less friction, fewer decisions. Make movements easy to say yes to. And always think about consistency over intensity. 11 minutes done consistently will beat one motivated workout every single time. And you have to trust yourself. Every time you show up when motivation is low, you build confidence, not burnout. So I want you to say this slowly. I don't move because I feel motivated. I feel motivated because I move. Motivation becomes the bonus, not your requirement. And this is how I approach movement. And Fit for Life is just one of those things that I'm not always motivated to teach. I teach 4 classes online every week. And there are some mornings where I think, ooh, I don't know. I may or may not make it. But this isn't about crushing workouts. It's about staying in the game, especially on the days when motivation is extremely low. So if you take nothing else from this episode, take this with you. You're allowed to start where you are. You don't need more motivation. You need less pressure. Just move for a few minutes today, not to punish your body, not to prove anything, but to remind yourself that you can. Motivation isn't the spark. Movement is. Ooh, let me say that again. Motivation is not the spark. Movement is. This is how I stay fit for life. And I'm really glad you're here. And hopefully you'll be moving with me soon. So until next time, this is your movement specialist, Kat Corchado. And remember, it's not the motivation, it's the movement.